America, with the messenger of our knowledge. Welcome to tonight's consciousness. This is an alert and an APB for everyone in the United States of America and the rest of the world. Just last night, I was speaking to a dedicated follower of higher knowledge within the community, the hip hop community. In case any of you haven't figured out, I'm considered not only a guest because I've just been able to finally get over certain things, get my family back, and get my studio working again. I'm considered a conscious rapper, and I'm getting a lot of love out there in the community these days. And this has brought me to an extreme alert and some very important information that I need everybody to research immediately. Um, Google, along with some other companies around China and Japan and other parts of the world under Alpha 6, have just released artificial intelligence with a conscience. I'm sure most of you heard about it already, but you didn't research it probably as deeply as I did. I also have friends within in technology and information, with careers in technology and information. I apologize. I'm working on records, instrumentals, as well as auto mechanics in my GED, so you gotta bear with me, folks. Um, and what's going on is they're looking. I can just basically, as might as well say, besides one country, and of course it's not ours, that's on the map and on the fence with, whoa, pump the brakes. They're looking to sell it to world governments. Now, what this means is they're looking for a lot of money. Obviously, this is what we live in, a capitalistic elite existence. This is deep tonight, folks. And if you're not open, if your eye is not open, then shut the shit off because you're not going to understand the severity and the depth of this particular video on my channel, as well as one I've ever made to anyone in my entire life. Now, to get to the culture through many years, we, and I say we because this is how we live, we in the community, other artists, elders of the culture have given lectures, we've taken microphones, we've written lyrics, we've marched, we've done everything possible to warn all of you in mainstream society that believe so hard and deep, pardon, that just sounds wrong, but I should just say, and deep within the depths and bowels of your soul, in the red, white, and blue. Your colleges, your jobs, your so-called lives, and that shouldn't define anyone's being. Anything you do in the physical realm, I like to call physical reality, excuse me, that should not be the definition of your being. You're not a political person first. You're not a Republican, a Democrat, or whatever you consider yourselves. You're God's creation first. You're a creation of, I like to call Mother Earth. You're human first. Okay? And through all of your commentary, which is bothering me even more, and it took me a week to do this, is that's how all of you are responding to the consciousness. You're responding as one of their, dare I say, slaves. You're slaves to the norm, the condition. You're mad because you're poor? Absolutely not. And if you're responding like that, and that's how you really think of other people that are doing this, then I expect you to go with my ancestors into the next realm very soon. Because the Supreme Being is going to have to sit down with you. There are hundreds and thousands of people like me that are trying to warn you, if you do not get your freedom now and become your own entities now, you're not going to be able to. This groundbreaking technology is going to be here. It's going to come. It's coming fast. And what that means is if we're not prepared and or able to stop it, you have no idea what these leaders are thinking of right now. They're going to buy it and use it against us. And when I say us, I'm saying the low income and working class society. And if you want to panic and call me a conspiracist, then I'll see you when I go and meet my ancestors someday. And we are being in the next realm, in the next life. Because should be enough, and this should be that's it for everyone to say that's enough. because everyone, especially Elon Musk, and I'm giving him a big shout out right here, if he's honest and being honest, he's told these individuals not now, because we can't even come to any kind of terms with even stepping into our own neighborhoods and towns, trying to do what we want to do to make it better where we are, okay? Wherever you consider home is what I'm saying. So what makes anyone, if I'm going to receive the commentary to back this up, what makes anyone think that you're going to be able to accommodate your own self to deal with what's coming now? Mm. See, and if you're gonna comment, and I'm gonna get the comments out of the way, I already know what's coming because I'm pretty much used to it by now. This has nothing to do with money. This has nothing to do with politics. This has nothing to do with religion, and this also has nothing to do with whatever you are conditioned to define yourself as in your physical everyday life. And I want to say I'm sorry to be the one to break it down like this, but then I'm not, because I don't think anyone's going to, because for some anonymous reason through commentary, and this is why I'm going to say it, everybody thinks this is dangerous information. And to get that out of the way, no, what is dangerous information is that as much as a lot of other experts in the artificial intelligence industry have been saying to these particular people to hold off and wait and let's accommodate humanity first to get ready for this level of intelligence, and they're going to do it anyway by selling this to many world governments, they don't care. This is about power. So all your money comments, ladies and gentlemen, you might want to save it, because this is most certainly about power. It may be about money to pay for their projects in Google and every other software industry going, but this is solely power for the world governments, because this is what it's all about with government. To get to the final part of my video, because I am sick and bloody tired of talking to individuals that are never going to understand how severe and how in depth of damaging that this is going to be. That's why they're jacking up rents everywhere. They're getting rid of certain programs. They want more power. And how do you get more power? Cost cutting, as well as, I don't want to use the G word, but in other kinds of contexts, you might as well consider it also genocide. And ladies and gentlemen, before you call it conspiracy, what makes you think we're more important or more valuable to a group of human beings? What makes you think we're more valuable to another person when you put them in positions of negativity, and I'm going to dare say evil? They're the same people that are smiling in your faces in the next voters' term, while we're up to 49% today of our population gone from some kind of untreatable infectious disease with the same traces and the same genes as the H1N1. Come on. That's the commentary that made me sickest the most. You think that we don't have that technology now to be able to treat this? Or do they just do not want to? To close the video out, I think a lot of you need to sit back after this and have a think, have a thought. You need to be still, and you need to stop talking. That is the biggest thing I want to say on here. Yes, I do a lot of talking, but I take 3 or 4 days of research on top of making instrumentals, raising my son, bettering my auto mechanics career, getting my GED. I'm always aware, awake, and undistracted. So your arguments of you talk too much, that is nowhere near as much as half of you talking not only in my inbox but across social media about how much you don't know. We're not a United Nations, we're not a United States, we're completely divided, and we need to get united very fucking quickly. Because what's coming down that mountain now is complete and total control. They're taxing your social media next year. They're going to be implementing more devices in which to track the immigrants. That's not going away. Biden okayed this. And they're going to start putting locators in your car to track everybody with any kind of crime, that whether it was violent or not, you're going to be traced, tracked, and recorded on a daily basis. This is like a 5-star Millennium COINTELPRO. But this is not just with the black community. This is with everyone. The CIA's new COINTELPRO. So I'm going to leave it here because I just took up 11 minutes of your time. And I don't want to go on a rant because this will ruin it. So I'm going to end it here for all of my followers that have been actually hearing this and getting ready. Good for you. Be better people. Your children are definitely going to need it now. We're going to need more leaders, teachers, people of spiritual and mental strength in the communities. We're going to need people to start standing up and actually becoming their own power structures. Even if that involves everybody within the next 6 to 12 neighborhood blocks putting up fucking paper cash, getting a little net spend card for the neighborhood. This is how fucking serious this shit's getting, folks, and you should take notes. That way, keep it within maybe not that much, because not everybody can be trusted, but maybe within maybe the first 2 or 3 apartments. I'm talking apartment complexes, places like my block, and somebody comes knocking on the door, yo, grandma so-and-so, grandpa so-and-so, somebody with diabetes, or a very weak genetic motherfucking immune system. We gotta go there, and you guys don't have state-funded health insurance. Start thinking, start planning, start waking the fuck up. I'm saying anybody come knocking on my door, and if I can help them, fuck, I'm helping them. Stop putting faith in a government. Stop putting faith in the so-called fucking free world that you live in. You don't have democracy. It's called fascist tyranny. Because once that shit comes down the mountain, now you're talking globalism, and now you're talking not nationalism. You're talking fascist, communistic elitism. And what that entails, folks, before I take up another minute, is working class and low income people become full on and full blown slaves, and they're going to start barring off everybody, and they're going to most likely use COVID as that kind of excuse and start locking down certain states and provinces by militarizing the area and calling it a danger zone. And what they're going to do with the news media, and this has happened to other countries in the past, so shut the fuck up. They're going to put it on the news that if they're taking care of us, and they're taking care of the so-called whatever is in our area, and they're just killing people off. And this involved the American government on 3 separate occasions. I'm going to leave America with that. And you need to share this so everybody's informed. Don't be selfish about it. If you don't agree with it, don't touch it. Don't comment. And I want everybody to put this in your family's inbox immediately, because they will definitely take this one down. I wish you all a great week ahead of you. It is a Sunday evening. So this week I encourage peace, good health, mental and spiritual health. I encourage also self-inventory, getting to know oneself to better the attitude and character, and raising your levels of awareness with higher knowledge. Stop talking so much, America. This is something that you all need to do. I exclude myself from this, folks, because I don't. I'm more of a listener, as a matter of fact. And when I am looking at your comments or your statements or what you believe could be better about your video, I'm not only reading that, but I'm reading your information too. And I'm always trying to include it in every broadcast. Don't forget that. You guys leave a lot of information, and I'm the only one doing this. So I will eventually cover it, eventually. So be patient. Please keep leaving me as much input as you do, because that is that's what's making these videos more powerful, and they're getting a little more ground. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to fool with you. I'm not pulling a wool to get paid by a fucking social media site that actually wants me gone. So enjoy. Keep it in the back of your mind. Everybody stay peaceful, stay awake, and stay aware. Mama.